Today we're going to unbox and set up a Parco Scientific microscope. It is the Trinocular simul-focus stereo microscope, 0.7 to 4.5x. It's got the auxiliary lenses, it's got the ring light, and it's got a digital camera. That's what the box looks like. Let's open it up and see what's inside. That weighs approximately 49 pounds. That's the microscope and the base plus the accessories. Okay, let's get this box open and see what's inside. So we've got the manual, we have the boom stand assembly directions, we've got the ring light and the power supply. Software. Controls for the camera. Eyepieces. And we're going to have to take that out separately. So everything's in styrofoam. I cut the tape. Let's separate the halves and see what we have inside. Okay, so we have the microscope, we have the boom, the base, the illuminator holder, eyepieces, camera adapter. Alright, so what we'll do is clear a space on the bench here and we will start setting this up. And this is what everything looks like as it's packaged. Okay, so the first step here is to take out the base, which weighs a ton. There's the base. Next thing is to insert the stand, the vertical post. The vertical post screws in, and that lock nut goes to the rear. So the next thing we want to do is screw in that lock screw. Okay, the next thing we want to do is tighten the Allen screw in the hardware kit, which is right here. There is an Allen screw. Fits right in there. And just get that tight. Okay. Next thing we want to do is install the horizontal pillar. hardware kit, there is a handle that goes into the horizontal pillar, which is right here. Next thing we want to install is the focusing rack pole. This piece. And there is an Allen screw, a locking screw goes on here. There is an Allen wrench in the hardware kit. Keeps that from falling off. That locks it in place. Next thing we're going to install is the focusing arm. It's this piece. There is a cap on the bottom here that needs to come off. That comes off. That goes on. And the cap goes back on. Next, the head goes into the focusing arm. Okay, so what I did was I took the microscope and I flipped it around, and I took the base and I clamped it down to the edge of my workbench. So this is what it looks like now. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put the eyepieces in, and then we'll install the camera. Okay, so in the styrofoam, those are the two eyepieces right there. Okay, so you're going to need a very small Phillips head, like this, jeweler's Phillips head. You want to prepare the eyepieces so they're ready to install. Open up the bags. You want to take the cover off, and you want to feel inside until the set screw is just out of the way. Install the eyepiece, and then tighten the set screw. I'm going to leave that on for now. Take off this cover. Back off on the set screw. Install the eyepiece. Tighten the set screws. And the next thing we'll do is put the cover guards on. Okay, here are the eye guards. They were in the styrofoam, also in a little plastic bag. These just pop right on. I'm just going to cover them up until I get the cover back on the microscope. Eye guards are on. So we've got two lenses here. We've got a 2x and a 0.5x. We're going to install the 0.5x lens. So you unscrew this cover. Take out the lens. Screw that in here. Just tighten that up, and the lens is now installed. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is install the ring light. This adapter here is going to screw into the bottom of the 0.5x lens, and then the ring light is basically going to attach to this. You get these 3 set screws here. Those are going to turn into the channel and lock it in place. Okay, so we're going to install the ring light. Take this adapter and screw this into the bottom of the 0.5x lens. Loosen these set screws, and these are going to fit into the channel on that piece that we attached to the lens, the 0.5x lens. Okay, so that's all in place. Try to center it a little bit. Okay, and the next thing we do is hook up the power supply. This jack goes into the back. We'll plug this in. And the light works. Variable intensity. So the LED ring light illuminator is installed. Okay, next we're going to install the camera. First thing you do is take this cover off. This piece screws in here. As like this. We take the camera. This 0.5x lens is going to screw into the bottom of the camera, like that. pull this cover off, and that O-ring is going to slip in there, just like that. Yep, that's it. It is completely assembled. Next we'll fire it up and take a look at some circuit boards. So that's what it looks like looking through the eyepiece. I can't get it perfectly focused because I have the camera up against the eyepiece, but there's a lot of working distance between the board and the lens, so a lot of room to get in there and work. And I can zoom in really close or pretty far out, and it looks really good. This is looking at the monitor. Looks pretty good on the monitor too, so I can work either way, and yeah, the image quality is really good and the focus is good too. It might not show up that way on the camera, but it looks really good in person. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Okay, so what I did was I hooked up everything into this box here, so I can switch on the ring light, the camera, and the monitor all at the same time. And that makes it a little bit easier to deal with turning everything on and off.